MIT kind of picked it up and researched in 2000. I'm Winston Hendrickson, and I'm the Vice President of Products for Adobe's digital imaging franchise. Well, I think, PanOptix, the idea of integral imaging was first brought up by Lippmann back in 1908. Lippmann won the Nobel Prize for color. And Lippmann was simply saying, we're living in photography with a flattened version of the rich three-dimensional reality that we all see. Certainly there has to be a better way, and integral imaging is a path toward that. But it's almost 100 years later when MIT picks up the idea and in 1992 starts looking into light field as a way to do depth estimation. And then it's another 10 to 15 years after that when Stanford picks up the idea in 2005 with their camera array project. So in 2006 we reached out to Stanford and made an offer of collaboration, but they declined to kind of share data at the time because I think they had ideas about spinning out their work into what's become lytro. So we began our own research in late 2006, and we've been working on it for about the past 5 years. Yeah. Well, not to be too grandiose, but really we see PanOptix as the future of imaging. It is the next great revolution in digital imaging. It started off being about just digitizing what you can see, and then progressively we started capturing more information and figuring out ways that we could run clever algorithms on what was captured so that you could have more flexibility to do things after the shot. To really be able to shift your perspective a little bit on it. You can change, or you can select different focus points on it. You can really go beyond what today's technology can capture in order to kind of experience that moment again in a much more rich, dynamic, and interactive way.
And somebody asked him, what's the worst thing that's happened since you came back to Apple? And he goes, no, what's the worst thing about that company since you came back? He goes, the food.
Yeah.
This is going to be a
so we can smoothly go to infinity and to the close distance. This is just by interpolating those many micro images, so we don't really have refocusing in the sense of one image which is focused this way and then we focus it that way. We are not refocusing, but we are focusing, or we are synthesizing the image on the fly, and the focus is chosen at the moment of rendering. The camera has shot the picture. We can change.
That's what I was talking about, being able to visually re-experience it in new ways.
And
that's great.
Yes, and also we can go up and down, so we can synthesize views from any directions. That's why it is four-dimensional. We achieve completeness of photography in the sense of capturing all rays, as opposed to current photography, which is incomplete and captures only two-dimensional images. At the same time, we can change the viewpoint, so
what we want to do is just find a way for you to creatively and...
Right. So, because it is multiple depths, it's equivalent to multiple pictures. Maybe 10 different pictures focus at different depths, plus maybe 10 different pictures focusing from different perspectives. So, in order to capture all this, we need more room on the sensor. So right now, the current 10 or 20 megapixel sensor is kind of not sufficient. It's hard to produce 10 megapixel images out of this 10 megapixel sensor. We need something like 50 or 100 megapixel capture in order to be to fully use the potential of this type of technology.
And so with these advancements, with things like PanOptix, with computational photography, we've been finding ways to kind of push the edge and get closer and closer to what you experience every day thanks to the wonder of the human body.